What's going on, guys? I'm Andrew, and this is Movie Source. Today we're going to be going over 24 Easter eggs, references, and trivia from the 1989 sequel Ghostbusters 2. We already did an Easter egg video for the original Ghostbusters film, which is down below in the description. Check that out if you have not already. We're also going to be doing a review for this film to get you ready for Ghostbusters Afterlife. Hit the subscribe button as well as the bell to be notified so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Alright, starting off, the kid who tells Ray that according to his dad, the Ghostbusters are full of crap, is played by Jason Reitman, son of director Ivan Reitman and future director of Thank You for Smoking, Juno, Up in the Air, and Ghostbusters Afterlife. Reitman's daughter, Catherine Reitman, plays the girl with the puppy in Egon's lab. In the World of Psychic segment, Peter interviews a woman named Elaine, who was told the end of the world would occur on February 14th, 2016. That date turned out to be 5 months and 1 day before the 2016 reboot of Ghostbusters was released. I guess she wasn't off by much when it came to the end of the world, at least in the Ghostbusters universe. Peter MacNicol claims that he got his accent for Janosch Poha from Meryl Streep in Sophie's Choice. It wasn't part of his character as written, but MacNicol did it in the audition and won over Ivan Reitman. While the role of Vigo was played by Wilhelm von Hamburg, who also was in Die Hard, all his lines were dubbed by Max von Sydow, who only came in for a single day of recording. Wilhelm left the premiere in anger when he found out. Vigo was based on Vlad III, the Impaler, and Grigory Rasputin. The suit and tie Venkman wears to court is identical to the suit and tie he wore when purchasing the firehouse in the first film. The design of the Scoleri brothers was inspired by the Blues Brothers. The Ghostbusters TV commercial, in which Louis and Janine are in bed when a ghost attacks, is a rehash of a scene from the first film that was filmed but not used. Originally, before the Ghostbusters go on their first call at the Sedgwick Hotel, there was a scene with a honeymoon couple in the hotel who encounter Slimer in their bedroom and call the manager, who in turn calls the Ghostbusters. The scene where Louis Tully finds Slimer in the fire station apparently eating his lunch was originally intended to be a running gag in the film, where Louis would try and trap the ghost and try and prove himself as a Ghostbuster. The idea was cut, and the scene and the sequence at the end where Louis apparently removes the slime from outside the museum are the only remains of the joke. Peter and Dana find Oscar in bed awake. Peter and Dana are about to go out to dinner, leaving Oscar with a babysitter. Peter then says he has some Laura Antonelli tapes if you want to watch them. Laura Antonelli was an Italian actress famous for erotic films during the 1970s. The term proton pack was never officially used on screen until the Ghostbusters are in the subway tunnel, and Egon says, "Before we go any further, I think we should get out our proton packs." The scene where patrons run out of a movie theater as slime oozes from the area has the film Cannibal Girls, with Eugene Levy and Andrea Martin showing on the marquee. The film was one of Ivan Reitman's first films as a director. The New York police officer that receives the report that the Titanic's arrival says that the call is coming from Pier 34. In real life, this was the ship's original destination. Originally, the producers planned to have the crashed Hindenburg appear as the ghostly airship. They dumped it in favor of the apparitions coming off of the Titanic. The joystick that the team uses is an NES Advantage joystick with most of the body removed. When Louis Tully puts on the Ghostbusters suit and equipment and runs out of the headquarters, he quips about the proton pack being heavy. This could be a reference to the complaints from the actors throughout the filming of the first film that the proton pack props were way too heavy. In the years between the first Ghostbusters film and this film, the cartoon series The Real Ghostbusters, which was in 1986, introduced the idea that Slimer was living at the firehouse as the Ghostbusters' pet. Because the original film and the cartoon series were so popular with children, they put Slimer in this film. The yellow gadgets on the Ghostbusters belts are pass devices, real safety devices used by firefighters all over the world at the time of this production. The devices emits a loud alarm if it doesn't detect movement after a predetermined time. For example, if a firefighter is knocked unconscious or trapped, they have since been incorporated into the self-contained breathing apparatus worn by firefighters and may include thermal sensors which sound an alarm when temperatures rise rapidly. Ivan Reitman had to postpone filming Kindergarten Cop with Arnold Schwarzenegger for a year to complete work on Ghostbusters 2 for a summer release of 1989. The large Vigo painting is actually a photograph and hangs in the offices at Industrial Light and Magic. Carpathia was also the name of the ship that rescued survivors from the Titanic, which also appears in the film. A scene was filmed but cut which Hardmire gets swallowed by the pink slime surrounding the museum. According to early drafts of the script, Walter Peck was going to return with William Atherton reprising the role. So sad we didn't get to see Dickless again. In the DVD commentary for the first film, when Peter meets Dana outside of Carnegie Hall and Peter refers to her fellow musician as the Stiff, Ivan Reitman suggests that he's Oscar's father. The character is played by Timothy Carhart, and he was the villain in Beverly Hills Cop 3. During the beginning of Dana's first scene in the film, where she has groceries and Oscars and arrives at her apartment, the baby carriage is pushed by Vigo's slime. This somewhat mirrors Dana's first scene in the first Ghostbusters film, where she arrives to her apartment with groceries and hears the voice Zool in her refrigerator. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Let us know in the comments section if we missed out on any Easter eggs, references, or trivia, and also let us know which one was one of your favorite ones that we went over. If you did enjoy this video, we'd really appreciate it if you could hit the like button. We will be posting our review of this film very soon, as well as the review for Ghostbusters Afterlife. Until then, see you guys next time.